So, hey everybody, and welcome to Arizona Drone's second stories from the field. So, over the years, we've captured a lot. We've done single family homes, we've done horse ranches, we've done apartment complexes, we've done large residential builds for, HOA groups and, folks living next to some of the golf courses here in Prescott. You get the idea. So, over the years, we've been collecting all of these different flights, and we've shared some of them here on YouTube with you, but I wanted to make kind of a concise storyline. And so today, the storyline is going to start in 2019. And let's go ahead and hit play here. And it's taking place July 20th of 2019. So back then, I got a call on the 20th there regarding doing some drone work for a new apartment complex, so a new luxury apartment complex. And I didn't know anything about it. The person who called was uncertain. She didn't know exactly what she wanted. She had let me know that they had some outside investors, and those outside investors wanted a drone pilot on site to document the build. So with that in mind, I asked the person. I said, "Would you mind if I came out to the job site over the weekend and see the site supervisor and do a little filming and a little photography?" They didn't mind that at all. So we got ourselves out there, and I'm just hitting the play. So right now, what you are seeing is just the start of the project. So we got there just in time. If it had been a few days or a week later, a lot of other things would have been filled in. So timing was everything here. And so this was one of my test flights to bring back to the clients to show them and say, is this what you're looking for? They were uncertain about what they wanted from the drone pilot. So I went out and filmed some things, captured some things to give them a level of certainty. Yes, this is what we want, and no, this isn't what we want. So in the end, in doing this flight, so you're coming along with me on the flight right now. In the end, in doing this flight, instead of just a few photos every couple of weeks, we showed the clients that we could do video time lapse, still image time lapse. We could do orthomosaics from the top down to show the changes over time. And you can actually see that fading away from one location to another location. So after capturing all this, so what did we capture? Let me pause this here really quick. We captured orthomosaic 2D and 3D models. You didn't really notice it probably because we were doing that from the top down, and you'll see that showing up later. We did still images as well. So we've got the videos, we've got the images, we've got the orthomosaics, and all of this is being captured and saved for the clients and then edited for them as well. So here we go with this. Now, what were we using for the capture gear? Let me stop this. Well, we can let it play through right now. So we were using the Mavic 2 Pro on this. We were using Map Pilot Pro for the flight control for the two-dimensional modeling. We were using Final Cut Pro for the photo editing and video editing. We were using Lightroom Classic for the photo editing, and we were using Photoshop as well. So we had all these different programs that did come into play that we did need. So I'm just showing you through this still because we've got time here, and this is something to give you ideas on what you should be doing and what you can be offering to your potential clients. So, like I said, this was early on. This was 2019. We had gotten the call. And so, with all of the examples that you've seen here, we shared those examples with the clients. And then we also shared those on a private See My Build. So they had a private page that they could send investors to check out what we had captured for them on that particular week. So, and these were actually hidden away, locked behind passwords for just the principals who the people who are actually taking a look at these would come in and see the changes over time, just as you're seeing these changes over time. So that was the initial setup, getting us ready to go. So once again, we had Map Pilot Pro. We had the original app for the Mavic 2 Pro. We used Litchi for doing the video slides here, like what you're seeing. And so that one is going to get closed down, and we're going to open another one for you. And once again, let's go ahead with this. And let's hit space again just to get this going. So this was over a year later, and we did the before and afters, like I said. So one of the big things that they did want to see here were before and afters of the site. What changed? How long did it take to change? What tools are used? So once again, we are looking at this luxury apartment complex starting July of 2019, running into July of 2020 and beyond, actually. And so we had saved some of our flights. We had used Litchi to map out our video flights. So how we're moving through this, how we're getting through the parked cars, the buildings, etc. All of that was saved for each of our visits, so that then we could put them together and present the clients a final before and after, from where they started to where they landed in 2020. So this project did take us over a year. It was more like a year and a half. There were some extra things that needed to be completed. And that happens on all projects. You're going to come across things that you'll need to update and keep up with, and keep your clients advised of as well. Anything that we're seeing while we're out flying, we always let the clients know. So that was a big part of doing this project as well. And so in the end, as you can see, we went over, like I said, it was over a year. Things really did change immensely over time. We even had some flights up the center of the whole complex to give people that feel. And there's that change, that exciting change that we had taking place there. And people were already getting ready to be moved in. So while we're out doing some of our final flights, we actually had new residents moving in. So we had to advise them and advise the site superintendent and any of the extra workers that we were doing work and doing some fly-throughs, and just giving them all a heads up that we're doing everything possible to make sure we're not bothering those folks who are moving into those new apartments. So as you can see, some major changes, and all of those changes were documented over time. And so once again, the Mavic 2 Pro was heavily utilized on this. Map Pilot Pro is heavily utilized on this. Litchi was as well. Of course, the iPhones were ever present because they had to connect up to things like Map Pilot Pro or Litchi, or other software. We didn't need to go out and buy a bunch of new stuff, and the equipment that we used then we could still use now, and we would still get the same great results as well. All right, everybody. So there is our second example. So the second example is multifamily residential, and that being luxury apartment complexes. Carrying this project for well over a year and change, keeping the clients advised of everything that we were doing, sharing all of this with the clients so that they could go through, take a look at this, share with investors, and use these to promote themselves. For folks, if they're going to be doing other builds, they can actually share the types of builds that they do when it comes to their luxury apartment complexes. All right, everyone. So there we go, wrapping up on number 2 here. And we will be moving into some more multifamily residentials in a couple of golf course areas in the near future as well. So stay tuned, and please keep in mind that we do have courses teaching you how to do all of these different types of setups that we do for clients, time-lapse work that we do for clients. So be sure to check out classes.azdrone.net or arizonadroneclasses.com, and you'll be able to see these types of classes, and you can sign up for them. You can, of course, test them out first as well.